Okay, I am recording this on my phone, so on the last video I ran out of battery, so my phone died. So this is a continuation of the same video, working on Dottie People's Testify. So where we left off, I'll kind of go over the whole thing again and let you know where we left off and then continue on. And there are some things that I need to change too, because I realized that I taught it wrong now that I've re-listened to it. So, but we'll get there. It's not nothing big. Okay, so where we left off is we had done after we go to that 7-3-6, 7-3, and we're on the 6th, we did where we go to the F minor, and then we go back to the B flat, which is the 6, and then we walk from the 5 to the 6, to the flat 7, to the 7, to the 1. Here's where we left off. And over the 1, you can do this either this chord here, which is over the 1 in your left hand. You got D flat in your left hand, B, E flat, F, A flat. Excuse me, sorry about that. B, E flat, F, A flat in your right. You can end up on that chord, or you can just end up on the regular old D flat major in second inversion, which is A flat, D flat, F in your right. That's over the 1. So you can end up on that chord, or now one thing after watching that video last time, I think I got you maybe a little bit confused, is when to actually walk up if you're going to walk up from the 5. So over that 6, here's the 6. Right there is where you're walk. So 6, 3, 5, 6, 3, 5, walk from the 5 to the 1. So hopefully that clears up the mistake that I did on the last video. And also, rewind a whole bunch. When you're doing the movements over the 1, when you're doing the movements where you're doing the 1 to the 3, 4, flat 5, 5, 6, 1, and I was teaching you all that stuff that you could do on your right hand in tandem with the left hand. Another thing that you can do is go with the octave pops. That right there, this tritone. That right there. So whenever you're doing the walk, going from the 1, 3, 4, flat 5, 5, the flat 5 to the 5, you can use its tritones. The G tritone, which would be G in your left, B flat and E in your right, and just take that up a half step. Now you're doing the A flat in your left, and B and F in your right. Okay, so that's another thing that you can do in tandem with all that stuff that I was teaching you in the last video. You can do that too. Okay, so going back, fast forward back to the 7, 3, 6. We walk into the 1. Now we're on the 1. Now once you get to this 1, so here, let me do it this way because I don't want to confuse you and I don't want to confuse myself. I'm going to go back up to it, and then when we get to this part where I'm at right now, I'll show you. One more thing. This thing that you hear in the very beginning of the song, this little walk, a lick, is going from the 1, flat 3, 4, 5, or D flat, E, G flat, A flat. Sorry. Actually, I don't even do that. I just... Okay, so... Here we go. Okay, so after you walk back from the 5 to the 1, you're instantly going to do this progression. 3, 4, flat 5, 5. And it's a very common progression that you hear all the time. So 3, 4, flat 5, 5. So the chords I'm using over that, after you go from the 1, you go to the 3, which is F in your left hand, D flat, F, A flat, and D flat in your right. That's F in your left hand, D flat, F, A flat, and D flat in your right. When you go to the 4, you're using a G flat major chord, or the 4 major chord in second inversion. You got G flat on your left, you got D flat, G flat, and B flat in your right. Now you're going to the diminished over the G, which is G in your left hand, D flat, E, G, B flat in your right. If you wanted to add the octave, you can with the D flat on your pinky. Back to the D flat major chord, and that's over the A flat. So A flat in your left, you got D flat, F, A flat, D flat if you want in your right. That's D flat, F, A flat, D flat over the A flat. So as soon as you get to that A flat, to the 5, you're gonna go A flat, G flat, F, A flat. So this is going from the 6. Walk up from the 5, right here. Okay? Another thing that you can do is when you're walking down from the 5 to the 3, you can hit this D flat major chord again in your right. So that's after you do that, now you can do a B flat minor chord if you want, or yeah, I would just probably do a B flat minor chord. So B flat, F if you want to in your left, or just B flat, D flat, F, and B flat in your right. It's a first inversion B flat minor chord. That's D flat, F, B flat. Now you're going to go to an A flat major chord. So A flat in your left, and this is over the 5. A flat in your left, C, E flat, A flat in your right. And now it goes to a G flat major chord. G flat in your left, B flat, and G flat in your right. And then it's going to go to this diminished chord, which is G in your left, and I am still doing octaves. B flat, E, and G. That's B flat, E, and G. So from the very top, and I'll go slow, so you hopefully see everything I did. That's from the 4. That's from the flat 3, 2, and then you go 5, 6, 2, 5, 1. 5, 6, 2, 5, and then the lick. Actually, you don't even go to the 1. You go straight to the lick. Here's the start of the song. 7, 3, 6. 7, 3. You're over the 6. Walk up from the 5. Here's where we just did. Like that. So one more time, starting from the verse. Somebody ought to testify. Sorry. 6. Walk up from the 5. Now you got the 5, 6, 2, 5, 1 turnaround. Excuse me, just a second. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Had to get that out my nose. Now you got a 5, 6, 2, 5, 1 turnaround. Which is, you can use the exact same turnaround that we used in the very beginning, going from the 5, 6, 2, 5, 1. That's the one that we used in the very beginning. Sometimes I like to do that lick. So if you want to do that, I'll give it to you. It's A flat, A, B flat, A flat, G flat, G, B flat, D flat, E flat, E flat, D flat, B flat, A flat, D flat. So the numbers would be 5, flat 6, 6, flat 6, 5, 4, flat 5, 6, 1, flat 3, 2, 1, 6, 5, 1. So with the left hand, it would be, you do the 5, you go to the 6. When you hit the 6 in your left, you also hit the 6 in your right. So A flat, A, B flat. When you hit the G, that's when you hit the 2 in your left hand, or the E flat in your left. When you hit the E flat in your left hand, your right hand, that's when you hit the A flat in your right hand. Sorry. And then when you hit the 1 in your left hand, you also hit the 1 in your right hand. So. Do that, or you can just chord it. Okay, another thing that you can do in your left hand on the bass, if you're playing by yourself, is you can do half steps going to your target notes. Your target notes, this is a 5, 6, 2, 5, 1 progression. 5, 6, 2, 5, 1. So if you know that your target is the 5, 6, 2, 5, 1, then you can do different type of movements in order to get to the 5, to the 6, to the 2, to the 5, to the 1. So I start off on the 5, and I may walk up to the 6, or down to the 6. So whatever the half step is above or below the note, your target note, that's the one that you can go to in order to use like a passing tone to get to that note. So if you're going from the 5 to the 6, then you can go 5 to the sharp 5 to the 6, or you can go 5 to the sharp 6 and down to the 6. And you can do the same thing with the 2. If you know that your target is the 2, go a half step below it and walk to it, or go a half step above it. And then if you know you're going to the 5 after that, go a half step below the 5 and go to it, or a half step above the 5 and go to it. And it gives it a little bit more feel. And that right there, going to the 1, I just did a 6, 5, 1. That's another thing that I do sometimes, adding little ghost notes to give it a little bit more rhythm. Like you don't want to like hit it, because if you hit it, then it's going to be too distinctive. But hopefully you saw what I was doing. So together, and I was messing up there, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is starting from the 6, and we're gonna walk to the 1. Diminished, there we go. Now if you do it with chords, you can do 5, walk to the 6, and over the 6 you got this chord, which is the same one we did from the beginning: A flat, B flat, D, G flat. Walk down to the 2, 2, G, B flat, D flat, E in your right, and the 2 in your left. And over here you can do that same chord, that G flat, B flat, E flat on your right, and then A flat on your left. And if I didn't say the very beginning of that progression, you can use the D flat major chord in your right, and then A flat in your left. And then just a regular D flat major chord in your right, D flat in your left. 5, 4, diminished, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. And then you do that 3, 4, flat 5, 5 again. And you can use the same chords. And I'll teach you this one because this is the one I typically go to. So you're going to go back to the 5. So you're going 3, and over the 3 you got F in your left, F, A flat, D flat in your right, and then G flat major chord, G flat in your left, G flat, B flat, D flat in your right, diminished, G, G in your left, E, G, B flat, and D flat in your right, and then another G flat major chord over the 5. And a lot of the times I add the 9 too, just to give it some more weight, which is A flat in your left, G flat, A flat, B flat, and D flat in your right, and then you're right back at the. Actually, I think you go to the verse at this point, which is very similar to the very thing that we were doing in the very beginning, where you go. Keep on doing it until we get to another part of the progression. So let me start from the very top. I'll work through it till we get to that part there so you can see where I'm at. And I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. Here we are. So, I'm trying to think how many times you actually go around. So it's that same movement that you're doing in the very beginning. So after you get done doing that movement a couple times around, you're gonna go to like a, so 1, or you can call it the 8 because you're gonna be going down. 8, flat 7, 6, flat 6, 5, 4, flat 7, 7, 8, or 1 if you want to call it that. So 1, flat 7, 6, flat 6, 5, 6, flat 7, 7, 1 is the progression. So you gotta. Here we go. 1, flat 7, 6, flat 6, 5, 6, flat 7, 7, 1. And then from there, you're going right back to where the choir is singing with you. So something you can do if you want chords for it. I feel like I change it every time, but over the 8 or the 1, you can do this tritone, D flat in your left, B and F in your right. Then you can go down to a B with its tritone. So A and E flat in your right, B in your left. Now you can do this tritone in your left. You got B flat, A flat, and D. A flat and D is in your right, sorry about that. B flat in your left. And then you can do this chord here, which is A in your left. You got G, B, D flat, E in your right. That was probably better. So A flat in your left, once you get down to the 5. G flat, B flat, E flat in your right. B flat in your left when you go to the 6. B flat, D flat, G flat in your right. When you get to the flat 7, you can do the B in your left, B, D flat, E flat, G flat in your right. And then when you get to the C, C in your left, B flat, E. If you want to do the G, B flat, E, and G, you can. Or you can just B flat and E, and then back to the 1. And from here, you're doing the 7 through 6, and going through all that. So once again, I'll start at from the top. Okay, I think that's about it. Once it gets to like the tag part where they're just repeating the same thing, you're just doing that. And then just doing the different movements over that. Okay? Or if you want to switch it up and go traditional, you could just walking from the 1 to the 4. 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 4, 6, flat 7, 7, 1. Like that. Stuff is taught on, I really want to say it's Gospel Keys 203. It's when Jermaine Grizz has gone over like praise songs. Another song that you can listen to, or another tutorial that you can listen to on here that will give you a lot of chords and different progressions that you could do for songs like this is listen to Battlefield. If you listen to Battlefield by Norman Hutchins, they have a tutorial for that song on here that'll teach you a lot of stuff. It's that. Something like that. JP is a lot better at breaking down chords and stuff like that. So you listen to Norman Hutchins' Battlefield, you'll be able to get a lot of chords, and it's in the same exact key as this. So it'll help you to get some more professional movements and stuff like that to help you with this song. But hopefully you got the gist of the song and can kind of listen to it and just kind of come up with your own movements and come up with different things, especially if I got some of these things wrong. But hopefully this helps you. I'll listen to that other song and try to make the videos a little bit shorter and more precise. That way it's not so long. But hopefully this helps you. God bless.